All right. All right. So today, did you write down the warm up for yesterday with sub? Today, you wrote down the formulas. You got to know those formulas. Okay. Now, today, we got to talk about what shape. What was in our learning intention up at the top? What shape? What's a sphere? We kicked 3 of them into the goal last night and got the dub. Yeah, we won. So, a sphere is like a ball shape. Okay. How many surfaces are here? One curvy surface, right? All right. So, no, oranges. Orange, you glad? Orange, you glad that I got a bunch of oranges? Now, we're learning about spheres today, right? So here's the question. What shape is this?
Here. No, it's
Kind of a fat sphere? But we're gonna just roll with it. Get it? Roll with it. Ha ha ha!
you gotta let it go.
Mine I feel very like or it was like someone's free pages. Yes, yeah, maybe
This is so
our teachers kind of forced enough. They smell big. You know, they smell it. Get it wrong.
There's a soda there, so it's always not.
Okay. All right.
The special ones just don't use fabric.
If you want to turn it on, you can. Let's hit the button.
What if I here? I do.
Okay, okay.
Okay, there.
Ready? So here's what we're doing. We're going. Don't open it. Don't eat it. Don't look at it. Don't smell it. Don't even think about it. All right. So first things first, I'm going to give you scratch paper. If you haven't learned by now, scratch paper has something random on the back. We're trying to save a tree or two, so don't worry about it. I mean, look at it if you want, but you need the blank side. Okay. So blank paper. And I'm giving you a little sheet about what we're doing today with the orange spheroid. Okay. I call it a spheroid because it's not exactly a sphere, but it'll work for what we're doing today. So we're trying to discover the surface area of this little sphere. Go ahead and switch it out. Okay, es verde. No es anaranjado.
Naranja.
Naranja es anaranjado.
Naranja.
Hold it over. You need the blank side. All right.
It's semantic.
Now, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, but you can also read it on your little half sheet. Don't do that fast. Do the blank side. Okay, everyone has something to write with, because if you don't, go get a colored pencil in the back. Here we go. What I want you to do is to take your sphere, okay, and I want you to trace around the edge. Now look at me. Look. Very important, okay? I'm going to take my orange, okay? Now, it is very important that you do this correctly, okay? You're going to pretend like this is your paper, bird's eye view. You're looking down at your paper, okay? You're going to take your pencil straight down. You're not going to do it at an angle. If you do it at an angle, it's going to make a tiny little circle. Like, that's not it, okay? Your pencil needs to be perpendicular, straight up and down, and you're going to go around the edge, like the equator of the circle, okay? On the blank paper, put your orange, and then you're going to do something like this, where you go straight up and down, around the edge, and you should have a circle that is
Straight in the middle.
straight up and down. Don't angle it in, don't angle it out, straight up and down, around the edge. Perfect. So, I need you to make about 6 or 7 of these circles. Don't overlap them, okay? Does everyone understand what we're doing? You are putting your orange down. Your pencil is straight up and down, and you go around the edge. If you go too far out, it won't work. If you go too far in, it may not work. Okay. What did you just say? As you can imagine, this will not be perfect. It's okay if it doesn't look perfect. Just do your best. Okay. Try to make 6 or 7 of these. Okay. Here, I'll try to do it on the board here with my orange. I'm putting it on the pad and I'm drawing a circle around it. Look at that. 6 or maybe even 7 of those circles, not overlapping. All right. Now, obviously, the one I have on the board here is too big. Okay, but you need to, that was just me using the pad here, so not 2 sides. Now everyone is making 6 or 7 circles using the edge of your orange. Orange, you glad? Now, y'all might be thinking, Mr. D, are we just tracing circles? Are we going to be able to eat these things? And the answer is eventually. Okay. Now, if you look at your little half sheet, you can see what the next step is, but make 6 or 7 circles. And then what does step 2 say? And we're not using QR codes or phones, obviously. Okay. I'll just tell you what to do. Okay. What you're going to do before you peel it. We are going to have to peel this, FYI. Okay. So if you need paper towels or hand sanitizer, I will come around to help you out. But step 2, we're going to predict. Now, this unit has been about surface area, right? What do you call the surface area of an orange? What is that thing around the surface of the orange?
Skin.
Skin is closer. Sounds too human. Okay, what do you call it? You
Peel it.
peel. Okay, you verb peel the noun peel of the orange or the rind. Okay, so here's the deal. Imagine the surface area is on the surface. That's what you're going to peel. And if you were to flatten that out, wouldn't that be the surface area? The answer is yes. Okay, so here's the deal. You're going to predict. Okay, it's like science class. Hypothesis. Okay. Do you see how there's a number 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Here's the question. When you peel your orange, you're going to try to piece it back together and fit it into those circles. So you're going to peel it all out, piece it back together. How many circles do you think it will fill? I need everyone right now to circle 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. There's no wrong answer, but I want you to think about it. Look at your orange. When you peel that thing, how many circles that you just created do you think it's going to fill up? Okay?
Basically, it depends how extra.
There will be a general consensus, potentially. Okay? So you've got pretend like I did this correctly. You've got 6, 7 circles. All right, look, I got 6, 7 circles here. Now, 6 is fine. 6, maybe 7. That's why it's 6, 7. I'm just telling you. Now, did you make a prediction? Did you circle 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? I know 7's not on there, so 6, 7. Now you can do what? Let's do the actual activity. You are going to, before you do it, you're going to peel this. And if you want to eat this, you might want to have clean hands. So before you peel it, if you want some hand sanitizer or you want some paper towels, I'm going to come around. So let me know. All right. If you want paper towels, just rip it off. If you want to pour it, All right, peel it off. It's gonna break into pieces. It's fine.
You, the orange. You, the orange. You, the orange. You.
All right, you gotta peel that
It's
face.
long one. You, banana.
It's actually a Mandarin.
Banana.
Right. Everybody. There.
Why are you so aggressive?
All right, anybody want good towels or anything? Wait, Gabriel, look up! Peel it. What? Why not? You're allergic. Oh, you're tired? Sueño. Sueño. You're gonna have to break it into pieces. You can fit that for, okay? Again, everybody is peeling.
What if I like that?
It's a lot.
So what if I just like
What?
I took up the entire orange?
You did. Now start break it into pieces and see how many you can fill up. Start. Once you have peeled it, you're gonna take little pieces and try to fit it into that circle. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna overlap. Just do your best. See how many you get. It gotta be flat, so you don't have too big of a piece. It'll be more like a dome or something. Make sure it's not going outside of the circle for sure. Typically, these circles are a little bit too big. It's a little note there. And now the question you might have been waiting for: when can we eat it? Well, once you got it out, feel free to. You may eat whatever you want. Just don't eat the peel. We need the peel for the activity. Okay. I don't in general suggest eating the peel. So, all right. You don't need it. That's if you want. So, yeah. All right. So go ahead and start piecing it together. Little pieces, try to fill up the circle. Look at that. Keep doing it. All right. Do what you can. You can't overlap. You have to break it into small. Yeah, but not too small. Four pieces. Let's do it. Oh, that's not a circle. Whatever. Just do what you can.
So it counts as inside though, right?
I mean, I guess. Did you do your circles?
But it's just counts as a banana, but it's
You trace. That's why you gotta be on top. You gotta trace the edges to make circles. So it's like you're doing this and you're going around the edge like 6 times, and then you're trying to fill up those circles. All right.
Yeah, that's actually.
Okay, so they write that down for the one. Did I give them the blank, the scratch paper, and the half sheet?
oh, also not.
I know that QR code will have it in short. I have back there, there's some here, this. Telling you and then they have to be done on the head, not angled in, not angled out. They're trying to put the next for you. So like, for example, not 30 a month, big enough, just. I'm looking at the 3 because they're doing it too high. You're kind of just like, and then. On the back of it,
No, wait, no. So you want it just outside?
supposed to fill it up for the most part.
Probably like 2 or back to the I don't know. Why?
I've
All
already
right,
five.
pretty good, pretty good. So it's for sure more than 3. Like, yeah. All right, Elijah's looking good. Yeah, so yeah, start throwing them in. All right. Now you can kind of want to make sure it fills it up a little bit more. So. There's too much extra space left. Okay. Should you all this space? Probably that space, you know. All right. All right. It spills over. You know, split it out.
So let me make it perfect.
Yeah. Start another one. You go over.
This.
All right, about like 1 minute, we're going to talk about our results. So we're going to fill them up. So the thing is, it's just like all the dense bits. Like you don't like go out and then and try to fill it up more.
I don't like English.
Bigger. Don't make it stop. Look at all this. Yeah, but it's like with too much white space. So yours has too much white space, and then yours has too much overlap. You don't have to do it. You're spilling over the edge, you know, underneath another pedo. Probably that. So you often those extras that's spilling over to go to another step. All right. All right, so let's talk about it. Yes. Okay, so I want you to remember the front side of this. Did you circle one of these? 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, right? Now, everybody, hopefully you're done. If not, let's wrap it up. Because look in the back. Flip it over. Step 5, okay? How many circles did your orange peel fill up? So, let's do this. Well, some of us got different answers, which is fine. Who only filled up 2 circles? Anybody? Nobody. Okay. Who filled up 3 circles? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Who filled up 4 circles? Look at your circles. Who has 4 circles filled up? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. You're getting there. You're getting there. 8, 9. Okay. All right. Anybody get 5? 1. Now, some of y'all started with 6 or 5, but remember, you had way too much white space. That's why we started migrating those into other circles. Okay. Now, of course, there's differences here. Now, why do you think there's some differences in our answers? They're oranges that are kind of flat. They're not perfect spheres. Maybe people didn't do the best circles or the best peel job putting it together. But for the most part, how many circles did we fill up? Okay, 6 is definitely not right. 4 is the answer, right? Most of us got 4.
Why are you whispering?
Okay. No. It's okay if you got 5 or 3, but if you got 6, that ain't it. All right. So most people got 4 because guess what the answer is? It should generally be 4. So that means that tells us something. Surface area of a sphere gives us 4 circles. Now, this is area. So what's the area of a circle formula? It would be on the orange sheet. But what's the area of a circle? Starts with pi. Pi r squared. So if I get 4 circles, what do you think the formula is going to be? 4 circles, which is pi r squared. Write this down. Surface area is pi 4 pi r squared. Okay, I hope you were able to visualize with your visual eyes that it should fit if you did the circle correctly. And it's supposed to be 4. All right, 4 circles. Okay, so if you got more than that, you didn't fill up the circle enough, or maybe you drew your circles too small. That's pretty much what happened. Okay, so enough of that. We got to do a little. We did the activity. This is not an assignment. We're doing it together, so don't think this is more work. It's something I got to go over. That was just the formula. Now we got to talk about how do you do the problem. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's pass one back. Look. Sure. That should take you like a minute. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. You're not about to call party. So I'd like to do that for the class. Third. This thing. Right. Do it. What do we do? The little half sheet?
Yeah.
Wait, the rind? The peel? Okay, hold on to it, throw it away later. Keep it, and then let's go over this, okay? Now, let's fill in the blank here. Blanky. First of all, scratch out and volume. I forgot to delete that. This is not about volume. It's just surface area. Is everyone scratching this out? Also, go ahead and write surface area of a sphere 4 pi r squared. You need to know that formula, so you got to write it on here. Okay, you're going to keep this because you got to have this information. So here is the information here. Do y'all see on the screen it's green, this half sphere? What do you call half a sphere? It's not called a half a sphere, it's called a hemisphere. H-E-M-I, sphere. Okay, now y'all see that red circle? It goes all the way around the biggest part of the circle. It looks like an equator, right? That is called a great circle. Great circle. Write that down. The big red circle with a center in the middle is a great circle. Great. Sorry. And then what do you call this little piece from the center to the edge of a circle? It's also from the center to the edge of a sphere. It's called a radius. Yes, indeed. From the center to the edge, not all the way, but halfway, right? And then what do you call this little dot in the middle of a sphere or a circle? The center. All right. You got to know that vocab. Today, another thing we're introducing is there's 2 ways to write your answer. We've been writing it in decimal form. Here you go. You can trade it with one over there. Now, you can write it in a decimal way, the way we've been doing it. You type it into Desmos, you get your answer. That's the decimal way. But everybody, lock in here. This is a new way to write the answer. If I ask you to put it in terms of pi, do y'all see this right here? Right, underline that. In terms of pi means don't multiply the pi, but you do write it next to it. I'm going to show you how to do that, but I need everyone eyes open, looking over here, locking in. Number 1. Okay, let's write down the formula. Surface area, SA, is, we just learned on our orange activity, 4 pi r squared. Write this down, 4 pi r squared. There's only one surface on this sphere, so I need the radius. Is the radius 35? No. 35 is all the way across. I need halfway. So what do I do to 35 to get the radius? Divided by 2 to get the radius, you divide the diameter all the way across, divided by 2. If you do that, you will get 17.5. Okay? Please be careful. If they give you a number, if it's not halfway, you have to divide it by 2. Now, let's plug it in. 4 pi r squared is 4 pi, and then r is 17.5 squared. Okay? Now, normally you just type it in and get your answer, right? Please pause. I'm giving you 2 blanks because I want it 2 different ways. The first way is in terms of pi, the new way. Now, in terms of pi is cool because there's usually not a lot of decimals. You don't have to round. It's just a nice number. So let me show you how it works. Instead of just typing 4 pi 17.5 squared, right here, I typed it, but without a little pi symbol. Do y'all see how there's no pi symbol right here? So if you don't type the pi, you get a nice number. 1,225. So go and write 1225. But since I did not type pi in the back, wake up! Since I did not type pi, I need to write a little pi symbol. Do y'all see how that works? If you don't type it in Desmos, you must write it in your answer. Pi goes somewhere. It either goes in the calculator or you write it at the end. Do you understand? Now, the second answer blank, decimal form, this one, you're going to type everything in. You include the pi on Desmos. Or another way to type it is 1225 with the pi next to it. Type that in and you get 3,848.45. 3848.45. And what are the units of measure on both of these? Centimeters, and since it's surface area, it's squared. Centimeters squared. Do you see how that works?
Maybe.
It's just, the formula is simple. 4 pi r squared. Don't type the pi. Write the pi. For the first blank, do type in the pi. For the second blank. Okay. Now, I got to show you another shape. So, what other shape can you get out of a sphere? Well, you can cut it in half, right? And what do we call half a sphere again? Hemisphere, right? So look, I'm holding the big green ball. How many surfaces is this? 1. There's no faces, but it is a surface, right? 1 curvy surface, right? Now flip it over. What is this thing called? Half a sphere is called a hemisphere. How many surfaces are on a hemisphere? So there's the curve, and then there's the bottom circle. That's actually a base, okay? Similar. So, please notice, like it says right here, there are 2 surfaces of a hemisphere, half a sphere, and 1 circle base. What's the radius here? This is halfway, so it's just 12, okay? R is 12 if it looks like it's halfway, okay? So what are my formulas? Now, if it says half a sphere, I'm going to have to put a half in front of the 4 pi r squared. Half of the sphere, and then it says to add 1 circle base. What's the formula for the area of a circle again? Starts with a pi. Pi, how do you find the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Okay. So when you're doing a hemisphere, do you see this formula? Half a sphere plus a circle. Now, Schneider, see my text? All right, let's plug in the radius of 12. I replace r with 12, or replace r with 12. Now, type it in without the pi. Do you see how there's no pi right here? There's no pi right here, okay? If you type it in without pi, just the way it is, you get 432. And since I did not type the pi, I must write the pi. 432 pi, okay, centimeters squared. And then when you do type the pi, 432 times pi, you get 1357.17. And again, that's going to be in centimeters squared. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I want you to try the globe problem. It's like example 1. Careful, because the radius is supposed to be halfway. Okay, I really want you to try the Mr. Martin bought a solid glass globe. We're going to go over the answers here in a minute, but I want you to try it. Hold on to this.